emotion around whatever that situation is. When I think of a specific situation in my life, which I know I've talked about before, getting attacked by a police officer, choked out, rubbed into the concrete, laughed at by the paramedics that came on scene, and basically all the police officers covering for each other, comparing dick sizes, and you know, I didn't have money for a lawyer, so money is king, money is everything in this sick, corrupt society. So if you don't have money, good luck to you navigating our justice system. And I still have, like, it still makes me frustrated, but here's the thing. I allowed myself, after that situation happened, to feel all the emotions, to feel the anger, to feel the sadness that was underneath the anger. When I allowed myself to express the anger in safe ways, then that allowed me to get to a point where I could access the sadness that was underneath it, where I felt like I wasn't protected and nobody was looking out for me. Like, you know, I was some number in these people's system. So processing all of that. And then once I allowed myself the space, the time and space to sit with that, to process it, to let the emotion move through, then I could gain a new perspective and see that this person was suffering. So I released. It is empowering to be able to, because if we're still holding on to that anger and we're running the situation over in our mind, that's lowering our frequency. That is affecting us directly. And if I can release and see from for me, it was like seeing it from a wider perspective. It was like the thing that set off my awakening experience. And I feel, had I not allowed myself to go into the depths of the anger and the sadness and let that move through me, and I was trying to deny it and push it away, it would have, because here's the thing, like, retaliating doesn't really bring me the fulfillment that it seems like it's going to. True freedom comes in letting myself process those things and then using that situation as fuel to do something. Like, I know that I hold the vision of being able to make a difference within the justice system. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I know that that situation happened for a specific purpose. And I also know that here I am, because I've allowed myself to process that, and I've released him by shifting my perspective and having some compassion for the fact that anybody who is attacking someone in that way, when there was no reason for the level of force and brutality that happened, is miserable. Like, miserable person holding a lot of secrets. He came on the scene drunk to arrest me for DWI when I wasn't driving. So it's like, anybody who's living that way, here I am, okay, I'm living free, and I'm holding the vision of being able to use this story for good. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but that person has no power over me anymore, and then I can use that situation as fuel to actually create change moving forward in the future. So it can't be forced, though, at the same time. Like, if you're not in a place to forgive, like, honor that. And allow yourself to process whatever emotion it is that you need to process around a traumatic situation or a situation with somebody. Because it truly is, the freedom is for us, the empowerment is for us. And because the way things are set up now, it's like, the way we've been conditioned to operate is very much like being victimized. Like, yes, we're victim to these situations, but if we get stuck in victimization, it's hard to move forward and really create change from that place. We can move forward from a place that's really angry, but I feel that it's way more effective if I can move through the emotion and the reaction around it and then approach it from a different angle. I find that we can connect and collaborate and talk to a lot more people are receptive to hear what we're saying when we're not coming from a place of rage, anger, and retaliation. So The freedom is really for us in that. Honor where you're at in that process the emotions. How can you use that situation to fuel, using it to create a positive impact or create something that can actually create change in the future so that others don't have to go through the same thing that you went through, or that they have support through that, whatever that looks like.